Okay, here we have your Bellwork question number 10. And it says, Gabriel has these cans of soup in his kitchen cabinet. 2 cans of tomato soup, 3 cans of chicken soup, 2 cans of cheese soup, 2 cans of potato soup, and 1 can of beef soup. That's saying that Gabriel will randomly choose 1 can of soup. Then he will put it back. So we know he's going to put it back and randomly choose another can of soup. What is the probability that he will choose a can of tomato soup and then a can of cheese soup? So we need to figure out what the probability is that he selects a can of soup that is tomato, and then he has a second event that's going to happen, and that's going to be he's going to select a can of cheese soup. The first thing we need to know is that when you see the word probability, probability is always going to be written as a fraction. Okay, and that fraction is going to look like this. The number of favorable or a part. Okay, the number of favorable, that's what we want to select. So Gabriel wants to know what the probability of him selecting tomato soup, so that's our favorable, and then cheese soup, so that's our other favorable. So probability is the number of favorable over number of total outcomes, which in a fraction would be the whole because it's the denominator. So what we need to do is we need to know the tomato soup. What is the probability of him randomly selecting a can of tomato soup? So we need to know what the part is. How many cans of tomato soup are there? So if we look back up here, we said that there are 2 cans of tomato soup. So the 2 is going to be our part, or the favorable is what he's wanting to select out of the total outcomes. When we mean total outcomes, that means out of everything that could happen. So we're not going to exclude the tomato soup. We could be included in that. So we need to figure out what our total number of outcomes is going to be, or what the whole is going to be. And if we go up here, we can add the 2 cans of tomato, 3 cans of chicken, 2 cans of cheese, 2 cans of potato, and 1 can of beef. If we add this all together, we get 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of 10 would be our total outcomes. Then he puts it back. And then we want to see what the probability is that he gets cheese soup. So now we're going to write a fraction for cheese. Our part is going to be 2 because there are 2 cans of cheese soup out of our total, which is 10. There's 10 cans total. Okay, so the probability of him getting tomato is 2 out of 10. The probability of him getting cheese is 2 out of 10. When you have probability and you have more than one event, you are going to multiply those events together. So we have 2/10 times 2/10. And to multiply fractions, we multiply our top number times our top number. So 2 times 2 equals 4. And we multiply our bottom number times our bottom number. So 10 times 10 is 100. 4 is an even number, and 100 is an even number. So we know we can simplify, and your answer choices, you don't see 4 100ths up here. We need to simplify to get our answer. So we're going to divide 4 by 4 and 100 by 4. 4 goes into 4 one time. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So your answer should be 1/25. Now, as you can see, 2/10 was not an answer choice. But if we simplified 2/10 to 1/5, that would have been one of our answer choices. If we did 1/25 times 2, we would have got 2/45, or plus 2. A lot of you would have added those together and got 2/45. That's a common mistake. And then 2/5 up here. That is your Bellwork number 10. Make sure you have everything written down. If you need to go back and rewatch the video, go back and rewatch the video.